The following is a presentation of WCMP Sports, local sports.
Past the 25, to the 20, to the 15, he's gonna high step into the end zone, touchdown!
Here, wide receivers split each side.
He's still going into the end zone.
East Central Minnesota, the action starts now. To bring you the call, here's Ethan Game Day Gilman.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside Rush City High School for tonight's boys basketball matchup between the Rush City Tigers and the Barnum Bombers. Not the Bram Bombers, where we all know and some enjoy watching if you're a Bram Bombers fan, or maybe you grew up in Bram and Bram's your alma mater, whatever it is. This is not the Bombers of Bram tonight. It is instead the Bombers of Barnum. Two Bs, but still different Bombers. They are the maroon and yellow Bombers, not the blue and gold, if we will. I think that's what Bram Bombers are. Either way, we're in Rush City tonight here for this boys basketball matchup, non-section, non-conference matchup between these two teams, the Barnum Bombers. See, I'm going to do it all night. That's why I had to make it clear. But the Barnum Bombers have come into town to play against the Rush City Tigers. Looking at these two teams, Barnum at 17-7. Of course, they play, out of Section 7 AA. And currently in that section, they are ranked number 6. So if they started today, they would get a home game. And that would be against, if I'm looking at it correctly, to Greenway? I think it would be Greenway. Again, because Pillager is 7th, Duluth Marshall's 8th, 9 is Two Harbors. So it would be Piers possibly, or Greenway. It would be one of those two teams if I'm looking at it correctly again. But this is a pretty good section that they do play in. Out of the teams in it, it looks to be about only 6 of them have a record that is under 500. In fact, all the winning teams have an over 500 record. Those include Greenway, Two Harbors, Duluth Marshall, Pillager, of course, Barnum, Staples Motley, Moose Lake, Willow River, Crosby Ironton, Pequot Lakes, and Esco. Now, the top-ranked team in that section is Esco at 17-7. You might say, why are they on top when Pequot Lakes and Crosby Ironton both have 20-4 records? Well, Esco is undefeated in the section at 9-0, while Pequot Lakes is 6-1. Crosby Ironton is 11-2. For Barnum on the year, they are 17-7. They score 67 points per game and give up only 54 points per game. Now that is good enough for the second best defense in the section. The first best is Pequot Lakes, as they only allow 49 points per game, but then right behind them is Barnum, only allowing 54 points per game. So this Barnum defense pretty darn good in their own right, and they will have a test on the road here this evening against the very tough Rush City Tigers. Now, their record may not reflect how good they are, but I promise you, this Rush City team is a lot better than what that record does show. But for Barnum, yes, they would be in a position for a home playoff game if the playoffs started now, but they do not. So there is a chance that they could move down to the 7th. I don't really see them moving past that, but you never know. It is QRF, and that can get the seeding for that can get really weird and funky. So we'll have to wait and see. The number 1 ranked team in all of Class 2A is, of course, Breck. Now, I know what you're thinking. You were thinking I was going to say Albany. No, it is Breck this year at 24-1. In fact, they play in Section 5A, and they're home to 4 of the top 10 teams. Breck at number 1, Holy Family Catholic number 3, Minneapolis North 6th, and Southwest Christian 8th. Minneapolis North, yes, has finally made the jump to AA. It seems like forever, but they finally made the jump. Then in that number 2 spot is Albany. And number 4 is Annandale. I think a team that kind of snuck up on people this year, but they knew how good they were going to be. I had a conversation with some of their coaches and their AD last year at a playoff game that I called, and they were really excited about this team this year, and it's been fun. You know, I say I kind of have a connection because I had a great conversation with their coaches and AD last year at that playoff game, and they were great hosts to me. They were great, and they were so helpful. So it was so nice to be there. But yes, I had a great conversation, and it's so cool to see a team like Annandale be able to have that kind of a season. But for Barnum, as we talk about them, 17-7 on the year. Again, second best defense in their section. But they have losses against Cromwell, Wright, and Cherry. Cherry is a different animal this year, man. They play out of Section 7 Single A. They are 22-2 and ranked the number 1 team in Class A. They're also 10-0 in their section in 7 Single A. So a very, very good team. As we continue on with the losses for Barnum this year, they also lost against Deer River. They lost to Duluth Marshall, Moose Lake Willow River, Carlton Renshaw, and Esco. They're currently on a 2-game win streak, having beaten Hinckley, Finlayson, and Cook County. After this game, they'll have one more game on the road. This going to be against a section opponent on Friday for Barnum at Two Harbors. Of course, we mentioned Two Harbors just a few minutes ago, talking about this Section 7 AA and how it's looking. Two Harbors plays in that section now. They are below Barnum in the standings, as they are currently ranked 9th in the standings. Two Harbors is, but they also have a winning record at 13-11. Taking a look at Rush City again, it's kind of weird to see Section 6 AA, because the 3 teams that had winning records last year and went into the playoffs as top, near top 8 seeds, or years before that, are now at the bottom. Malacca made the section championship last year. They're ranked 14th this year in the section with a 4-20 record, 2-11 in the section. Pine City at 15th with a 6-19 record and 1-4 in the section. And then Rush City at 5-19, 1-6 in the section. And for them, this is it. Tonight is the final game of the regular season for the Rush City Tigers. It has been a season where, again, I've said it and I'll continue to say it, the record does not show how good this team really is. And albeit this is their final game of the regular season, it is still very much important. They're still very much in the thick of things for trying to jump both Pine City and Malacca. Don't think they're going to be able to jump Kimball or Royalton for the 13th or 12th seed, but they could help themselves by getting out of this last seed and getting a better team to play against Annandale. And I don't even know if that's better per se, just because Albany's number 2, but Annandale beat Albany, so you could argue Annandale's the better team in this section. But that goes further from what we're talking about, as Rush City, again, unfortunately, 5-19 on the year, 1-6 in the section, 4-8 in the conference. Their wins come against Hope Academy, Pine City, and Mille Lacs. They beat twice. They also beat Hinckley Finlayson and had a loss to Ogilvie in overtime, in which they lost by 3 just recently back on February 1st. So it's been an up and down year. They have really showed a ton of flashes, and I think if this team can get a little bit more consistency, they'll find themselves in a good position going forward for years to come. But of course, as of right now, they are sitting in a spot where they would play Albany in the first round on the road on March 7th. So we'll have to wait and see how that all turns out. But maybe they can pull off an upset. Who knows? That's what the playoffs, of course, are all about. We're going to take a commercial break as that wraps up the pregame here in Rush City. When we come back, we'll have tip-off here in this boys basketball game between the Barnum Bombers and your Rush City Tigers. You're listening to boys basketball right here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350. Of course, WCMPradio.com.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops, and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local Auto Owners agency, Pine Insurance Agency, at pineagency.us today.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
The saga continues. We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pull shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
this week, grab your tickets to the new Wrangler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take them to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it, and now it's kind of lost its momentum.
Are you looking for a position where your role impacts the community around you? Then look no further than Burnett Dairy Cooperative in Grantsburg, Wisconsin. Owned by the farmers in your community, Burnett Dairy offers numerous career options with various responsibilities and growth opportunities. Positions such as CDL drivers, who work closely with our farmers, cheese production, creating award-winning cheeses, and retail store clerks making someone's day better. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers to join our herd.
Back here on WCMP, time to take a look at your starting lineups for tonight's game between the Tigers and the Bombers. Starting with the Barnum Bombers, who are head coached by Rich Newman. It will be number 2, Carlos Beckstrand, number 3, Pierce Corpella, number 13, Hayden Charbonneau, number 15, Julian Beckstrand, and 35, Bryce Ferguson. For the Rush City Tigers, who are head coached, of course, by Trig Thompson, it will be number 1, William Volk Jr., number 3, Jameson Wood, number 12, Nolan Stepp, number 14, Lucas Diedrich, and 44, Braden Rude. So those are your starting lineups here tonight. The Barnum, I'm going to do it all night. I'm going to try, ladies and gentlemen, but the Barnum Bombers wearing their white away uniforms, the maroon letters and numbers outlined in the yellow, and the yellow stripe down the side of the jersey and short with the maroon stripe on only one side of that stripe, the front side of the yellow stripe. The Rush City Tigers wearing their home blue uniform, the yellow letters and numbers outlined in white. The yellow stripe on both sides of the jersey, but only a triangular stripe at the bottom of the short on the right side of the short. The other side of the short does not have that triangular stripe. The yellow trim on the neck and the maroon trim on the neck for Barnum as well. We are set to go here in Rush City for this boys basketball game. Again, it is the final game of the season for the Rush City Tigers. Barnum will have a game on the road at Two Harbors on Friday. Barnum getting their final words of encouragement, and Rush City, they're ready. They want to get going. Barnum stepping on the sticky, tacky mat on the sideline and just about ready to go. So it'll be Braden Rude and Pierce Corpella at center court for tip-off. And we've got the all go from the referees, and we're underway. Tip-off one here by nobody. It was knocked out of bounds by Barnum, so the Tigers will start with the ball here in half number 1. Inbounding to Rude was Wood. Now he gives it over to Stepp. Over to Diedrich on the near side to Volk. Volk looks, wanting to go to the far side to Stepp. Stepp looks across the court, gives it top of the key to Rude. Rude top of the key, looks to Diedrich, and now Diedrich goes top of the key as well. He gives it off to Wood. Or excuse me, that's Stepp now to Wood. I could just see the future. That's what it was. Diedrich now over to Stepp. Stepp trying to drive inside. Puts up a floater. It's going to be off the mark. Volk is right there to pull it back down and put it up and in for 2. So the Tigers get on the board first, 2-0. Back the other way go the Bombers. Bombers have it. Now driving in is Beckstrand. That's Julian Beckstrand giving it up in the middle to Carlos, and that's stolen away by Lucas Diedrich. Back the other way go the Tigers. That's the first turnover for either side. Volk has it now on the far side, and unfortunately he had that ball up by his chest and just couldn't get it out of his chest to get it dribbled in time. And he traveled with it, so that will be their first turnover as well. And the ball goes back to Barnum. A 3 launched here by the Bombers is going to be no good. And it is rebounded by William Volk. Volk with the rebound off the Charbonneau miss from 3. Volk gives it inside to Wood. Back top of the key to Braden Rude for 3. That looked good, but it was just off the mark and rebounded by Carlos Beckstrand. Now quickly up the court goes Carlos off to Julian. Back to Carlos. Carlos underneath the jumping defender goes inside to Corpella. Outside on the far side for 3. That's Charbonneau, and this time he delivers. 3-2 is the score now as Barnum takes the lead. Up the court, though, the Tigers go quickly. Volk, top of the key to Rude. Now on the near side to Stepp. Stepp goes inside to Rude, and Rude pulls it down and lays it in for 2. Nice pass there, almost too far, but with that length, Rude was able to pull it in and drop it in. 3 again here, and this time from Bryce Ferguson. He drops it in and makes it 6-4. So far, shooting has been good by both sides. Stepp will give it inside to Wood. Wood will back it out to Stepp. Stepp side steps for a 3. It's no good, and rebounded by Pierce Corpella. Up the other way come the Bombers on the far side. Ferguson gives it off now to Julian for 3. That's going to be no good, and that's going to be tipped into the hands of Diedrich for the rebound. Back the other way come the Tigers. Diedrich to Wood, now to Stepp. Stepp wanted to go inside to Diedrich. Instead gives it to Rude, top of the key now to Volk. Volk driving inside, trying to find his way, trying to find a shot, but he's defended well, but this time banks it in for 2. Good looking shot there by William Volk to tie us up at 6 apiece. These two teams wasting no time with the pace. Up and down the court they go. Ferguson has it for the Bombers. Gives it off over to Charbonneau. Now to Carlos. Carlos looking to drive inside. Shot is up. Can't get that one to fall. And instead it's into the hands of Volk for the rebound. Stepp off to Diedrich in the front court. Diedrich resets things. Gives it to Volk on the near side. Now to Wood. Top of the key to Rude. Over to Stepp. Stepp. Try to find a lane. Bounce pass to Diedrich now. Over to Volk on the far side. Volk spin inside. Shot up just off the side of the rim. Rude trying to get the rebound, but it winds up in the hands of Charbonneau. And the Bombers go quickly up the court the other way to Ferguson. Now on the near side for Charbonneau. He drives inside from the free throw line. It's no good. And Diedrich pulls in the rebound. Bring it up the court is Wood. He'll give it off to Diedrich. Diedrich driving in. Over the head of the defender to Stepp, now to Volk. Volk driving inside, using that big frame, and they're going to get him for a travel. That'll be their second turnover, and the ball will go back to the Bombers. Tied at 6 apiece on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. 3 locations, Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge. So Carlos Beckstrand will bring it up the court for the Bombers. He gives it off on the near side to Corpella. Corpella guarded by Volk. Poked out from behind, and it's going to be stolen away by Nolan Stepp. And Volk will lay it in for 2. Stepp will get credit for the steal, but it was definitely caused by William Volk Jr. Just coming up from behind the defender and poking it out. That was a very smart, clean play by Volk as he made sure to only get all ball on that one, and that's just a good defensive play there. Volk gets beat on that drive there by Corpella. It was blocked by Diedrich, but Corpella got it back and then dropped it in for 2. So tied at 8, and first foul goes there on Braden Rude. And Corpella looking for the 3-point opportunity. Owen Dick checks into the game for the Rush City Tigers. And Corpella's no good on that one. So he only gets 2 out of that trip, and it was rebounded by Owen Dick. This ball knocked out. Owen Dick keeps it alive in the front court. Wood pulls it in, and he's wanted to go back to Owen Dick, but instead gives it to Wood, or excuse me, to Step. Step gives it back to Owen Dick. He looks, fakes a pass, drives inside, tries to get a foul call, but can't get the shot to roll. Gets his own rebound. And now he was fouled, and he'll go to line and shoot 2 himself. That foul going to be on Pierce Corpella, his first, team's first. And they're not going to call it a shooting foul, instead just on the floor. Pass inside from Step to Volk. Volk got it to, they're going to get him for a travel. Oh, my goodness. Kind of disagree with that one. I thought he got the shot off beforehand, but they disagree with me. A substitution here will bring in number 4, Matthew Kempf. Up the other way go the Bombers. Beckstrand stands with it. He gives it off to Julian. Now over to Corpella. Corpella out to Carlos. Carlos on the near side for 3. That's off the mark. Tipped up and kept. No, it's going to be. It was rebounded for a moment, and then Owen Dick got the steal. So another turnover there for the Bombers of Barnum. Rude has it. He gives it over to Volk. Volk thought about 3, pulls it down, gives it back to Owen Dick. Now over to Wood. Wood getting a screen from Kempf. Now goes to the far side, top of the key to Volk. Volk looking back to Wood now. Circling, getting around one defender. Out on the near side. Owen Dick for 3. That's going to be well off the mark, a little bit long, and Corpella will get the rebound there for the Bombers. They come the other way and looking for a 3. Ferguson over the defender, Rude. That's no good. Rebounded by Kempf. Good rebounding shown here so far by the Tigers defense. Kempf with it, gives it off on the near side to Wood. Wood calling out the play. He'll take it to the top of the key. He'll let the offense get set, then gives it off. Far side to Dick. Inside to Wood. Oh, and a perfect play, but just couldn't get that one to fall into the basket, and Julian Beckstrand will get the rebound. Gives it to Carlos now on the near side. Bryce Ferguson to Julian for 3. That's off the mark, and William Volk will not get the rebound. Instead, it'll be Wood because Volk had it knocked out. Wood gives it to Volk. Volk on the top of the key. Over on the near side to Kemp. Kemp fakes the dribble drive and pass it back outside to Wood on the near side. Now to Dick. Now to William Volk. Volk trying to drive his way inside. A nice spin move, but couldn't get enough on that one, and it's rebounded by Hayden Charbonneau. Barnum got some numbers. Carlos Beckstrand over on the near side to Corpella. That one was blocked and taken by the Tigers. Turnover there by the Bombers, and Tigers have it back. Owen Dick has it on the far side. Top of the key to Rude. Now near side to Kemp, trying to go inside to Rude, and Rude guarded well. And they are going to say a foul happened on the floor, and it'll just be an inbound now for the Tigers. Carlos Beckstrand with his first foul. 5:51 check into the game for the Bombers. So number 5 is going to be Owen Peterson. And 51 is Brock Hurst. Owen Dick drives inside, shot is up, no good. Rebounded there by Brock Hurst, and Bombers will take it the other way with Carlos Beckstrand. He looks, gives off to Julian on the near side. Now that one poked out of the hands of Hurst, but picking it up was Julian. Now over to Carlos, inside to Brock Hurst. Hurst on the outside to Charbonneau. Near side three is good. Hayden Charbonneau with his second three. And the Tigers, right after that, they get back up the court and look to make a shot at themselves. It's 11-8. Tigers trail. Dick got a nice screen. He's got an open three. It's no good, though. And Charbonneau with the rebound for the Bombers. A good look there for Owen Dick. Just could not get that one to fall. And now a foul the other end by Owen Dick of the Tigers. That'll be his first and the team's second. And now we're going to get a timeout called here by the Barnum Bombers. It's 11-8. Tigers trail with 9:36 to go in this first half. Geez, really? Is there really only 9:36 left? My goodness. A fast-moving first half between these two teams. 11-8 is our score. My goodness, that has been a fast-moving first half. Of course, there haven't been a lot of stoppage in the play, so I guess that makes sense. So 30-second timeout. Barnum back on the court, as is Rush City. Doesn't appear to be any changes in the lineups from out of the timeout. Well, the Tigers do, just as I say that. It's Dimitri Trudeau into the game for the Tigers, as well as Garland Gibbs. Again, love that name. Just rolls off the tongue. Garland Gibbs. Ball's knocked out of bounds there by the Tigers. Inbounded here for the Bombers. Kempf trying to get the steal, and it's still up for grabs. Somehow Lucas Diedrich came up with it. That bounced around a couple of bodies. It got through a couple of hands and feet, but Diedrich came up with the steal. Now the Tigers have it back the other way. Dick tries to drive inside, gives it to Gibbs at the top of the key. Now over to Kempf. Kempf trying to drive inside, gives it near side to Dick. Dick tries to drive baseline, got that nice open lane to drive and delivers on that one. Beautiful looking play there to make it 11-10. Now the Bombers have it once again. Taking this one is Owen Peterson, trying to go inside, but Trudeau nearly got the steal. Kempf trying to come up with the steal. It's still up for grabs. It's anyone's ball. Diedrich now has it, and he'll give it off to Garland Gibbs, and Diedrich with another steal. Now on the far side, they give it to Kempf, top of the key. Lucas Diedrich, he got the friendly roll, and Diedrich drops it in for three. Sometimes all you need is a little bit of luck, and he got a little bit of help there from the home rim to make it 13-11, and they trailed only for a short time. They create some turnovers, and they get the ball right back, and they get the lead in their favor. Lucas Diedrich all over the place for this Tiger team. Just inside the free throw line, a two there is good from Charbonneau to tie us at 13. But here come the Tigers once again. Offense rolling a little bit. Trying to go to Gibbs inside. Instead, we'll go to Diedrich on the near side corner. Diedrich looks. He'll give it to Gibbs. Now on the far side to Dick. Owen Dick spinning around. A jumper no good. Gibbs with a nice rebound, and he was fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That is a beautiful rebound by Gibbs, but an even smarter play because he saw the defender's hands over him. He realized, hey, if I just wait a half second to go and try and take this shot, I'll get fouled and I'll go to the line. Third team foul there on the Bombers, the first on Brock Hurst. And Gibbs, the first one up, no good on that one. So we'll stay at 13 all. Pierce Corpella and Bryce Ferguson check back in for the Bombers. It appears their bench doesn't go super deep, and Gibbs will drop in one of the two free throws to make it 14-13 in favor of Rush City. With it, though, is Owen Peterson. He gives it off to Julian. Brock Hurst. Beautiful pass to him underneath. Drops it in for two. So now 15-14. Bombers with the lead. Owen Dick has it. He wanted to go to Kempf instead. He found a lane inside. Got the nice roll. Couldn't get it to fall in, but he was fouled. And now he'll go to the line and shoot two. Owen Dick has got such a quick burst. You just can never really tell if he's going to take it or if he's going to just try and fake that drive inside and give it off to someone, but good job there. And now he's at the line for 2. Brock Hurst picked up that foul and no good on the first one. So we'll stay with the Bombers having that 1-point lead. And Dick drops in the second one, though. So we're tied at 15 apiece. Tied once again here in this game. Back and forth we go. The Tigers, again, they're out to prove a point. They're saying, hey, we're a lot better than what our record says, and we're going to show you why. Carlos Beckstrand has it. He gives it to Corpella, back to Carlos. Carlos drives through. He lost it, and Dimitri Trudeau going to come up with the steal for the Tigers. Another forced turnover there by Rush City, and now we get a foul on the other end by Barnum. It'll be on the floor, so no shot will come. And that one is going to be on Owen Peterson, his first, team's 5th. We'll get a quick sub here, and Julian Beckstrand will check into the game. Trudeau inbounds to Kempf now, gives it to Owen Dick. He looks. Again, good handles, but he doesn't take it, and he gives it off to Diedrich, now to Kempf. Kempf, floater is in for 2. Matthew Kempf for 2. Breaks us of our tie and makes it in favor of the Tigers at 17-15. Carlos gives it off here to Ferguson. Back to Julian. Now on the far side, Carlos. No look pass inside to Hurst, and Hurst going to drop that one in for 2. Barnum has come out tonight. Their fans are here. They're making some noise. Pretty cool to see them make the trip down 35 to Rush City. And I think they're going to get a foul here on Owen Dick, his second, team's 3rd. Owen Dick was not too pleased with the call, and we'll get a substitution, and into the game for the first time tonight is Lincoln Gulrud. Ball goes back now to the Bombers. Carlos Beckstrand has it. He pulls it down, gives it off in the near side to Corpella for a long 2. Shot is up, no good, and we're going to get a shove here by the Bombers, and that will turn the ball back over to the Tigers. This one's going to be on Brock Hurst for his 3rd. He'll come out, in for him is Charbonneau now. And Diedrich will inbound to Trudeau. So Trudeau up the court, gives it near side to Gulrud, trying to go inside Diedrich. That was a tough one. Diedrich tries to go off the backboard. It's no good. And Charbonneau with the rebound. That one appeared to be a little bit forced there. Thought Rush City could have taken a second. Try and find another avenue for a shot. And now a 3 opportunity here from Bryce Ferguson is just off the mark. That rebound is going to fall somehow in the hands of Pierce Corpella. Now to Julian Beckstrand. He drives inside. Shot is up. Oh, no good. And somehow the Tigers could not come up with that rebound. And it's the Bombers. Now Carlos Beckstrand drives inside. Pass on the near side here to Charbonneau. Now over to Ferguson. To Carlos. Carlos with the travel. And that will give the ball back to the Tigers. William Volk Jr. checks in for Rush City. Coming in for Diedrich. Trudeau gives the ball to Kempf. Kempf directing traffic, gives it near side to Gulrud. Now to Trudeau. Back on the near side to Kempf. Kempf wanted to go inside and instead will go to Volk. Now to Rude. Kempf spins around one defender. Has it poked out. They're going to say no. It was a foul, and that will send Kempf to the line for a 1-and-1. It'll be the 7th team foul on Barnum and the 2nd on Carlos Beckstrand. With 4:51 to go here in this first half on that Embrace Orthodontic scoreboard. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care and a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Plus, they'll leave you with a smile you'll embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. So Kempf at the line for a 1-and-1. Excuse me. He does not make the first, so we'll get a rebound there by Charbonneau. He has been a rebound machine so far in this first half. Carlos Beckstrand with it. He gives it off far side to Ferguson. Ferguson to Julian. Nearly had it poked out by Kempf. That pass was off the mark, and we're going to get Kempf for a foul. He tied up that ball over the head of Julian Beckstrand. I don't know. I thought he kind of had all ball there, it looked like. It's his first, team's fourth. And Barnum will get set to inbound to Carlos Beckstrand. Carlos gives it off on the near side. Charbonneau now to Julian. Julian over the defender for oh my goodness. Julian Beckstrand dropped that one in for three. It's one where it didn't appear like it was going to fall through, but it did. And it rattled through. Now inside, William Volk lost it. And it's going to be stolen away by Julian Beckstrand. Now to Carlos. Now to Charbonneau for three. That one's good. And you can see that Barnum, right after that three, they went to try and go quick for the turnover. They got the turnover, and now they're kind of turning up the heat on offense, on both sides of the ball, really. And now another turnover. Carlos Beckstrand with a steal. That'll force the fourth turnover here by Tigers, and now we're going to get a ball that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Bombers, and we'll also get a timeout called here by Rush City. What was a 17-all tie quickly turned into a 6-point deficit for the Tigers at 23-17. So a timeout called there by Rush City with 3:49 to go here in the first half. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom light force braces or Invisalign clear liners. Find out more at embracemn.com. Just the 30-second variety on the timeout, as Trig Thompson just wants to have a quick conversation with his team and say, hey, you know, you kind of see Barnum's motivation. They get a three to go. They want to turn up the heat on defense. So I think right now what Coach Thompson is telling his team in the blue and yellow is just, hey, settle it down a little bit. We're I don't want to say they're panicking at all, but they're rushing things. They're forcing things. They're forcing their shots. They're forcing their passes. And I think he's telling them we need to relax. Just relax, settle down. Let's get that confidence back, and then let's go play Tiger basketball. Here comes Wood with it. He gives it off to Gullerud. Gullerud back to Wood. Fakes a pass to Step, then gives it to Step. Now to Wood. Wood thought about the long three, instead pulls it down, gives it to Step. Now to Rude. Rude guarded well, gives it to Step, and Step nearly traveled, but he got it off in time. Now to Gullerud on the near side. Back to Wood. He wanted to go to Step, instead gives it to Gullerud for three. That's off the mark. Rude, he pulls in the rebound. Impressive rebound there by Rude, and unfortunately that pass intended for Gullerud, and it went well over the timeline, so it will be an over and back. That'll be the fifth turnover by the Tigers, and it gives the ball back to Barnum. 3:19 left in the first half. Julian Beckstrand will inbound to Charbonneau. Now gives it off on the far side to Ferguson. Ferguson tried to get it back to Charbonneau, but that was knocked out of bounds by a member of the Tigers. Barnum will get set to inbound to Carlos Beckstrand. Carlos looking, gives it near side to Julian. Wanted to go to Corpella, and that pass is tipped. Still up for grabs, and somehow Charbonneau comes up with it. And we got a travel call, it looks like. So a travel call there on the Bombers as they pulled that one back in, but a travel was called, and the ball will go back to the Tigers. 3:02 left. Diederich inbounds to Wood. Wood gives it near side to Step. Step back to Wood. Now we're on the near side to Step, to Wood, to Diederich. He wanted that three, but instead goes inside to Rude. Ball finds its way to Wood, inside to Volk. Volk through some traffic and got it to fall in for two. That is an impressive shot by William Volk Jr. That ball really had no way to fall in, but he got just that right spin on it and got it to fall through. Now the Bombers have it back. It's Owen Peterson, gives it to Charbonneau. Charbonneau, guarded well by Wood, gives it to Julian Beckstrand. He has to pick up his dribble, gives it over to Charbonneau, and Diederich went hard for that steal, but unfortunately a little too hard, and they're going to get a foul now on the Tigers, number 3, Jamison Wood. That'll be his first. No. Oh, they're going to say that one was on Lucas Diederich. So it'll be his first, team's fifth either way. This pass is tipped again, but Charbonneau pulls it in, and now on the far side for Ferguson to Julian. Nearly had it poked out from behind. He has to pick up his dribble as it was poked, and then the rebound taken in by Braden Rude. As we just dip under 2 minutes left to go in this first half, Tigers trail by 4, 23-19, and a long, three there by Wood is no good, but Nolan Stepp right there for the rebound. He had the distance on it, but just not enough. And now we're going to get a kickball here by Barnum as they nearly got a steal from Corpella, but a kickball called first, and Tigers catch a break there as Barnum looked like they might have had a fast break opportunity, but kickball was called, and they'll get another shot. Braden Rude gets it inbounded, and it'll be knocked away by the Bombers out of bounds. Last touch by Barnum. So the Tigers will get to do it again. Wood inbounds to Stepp. Stepp through some traffic, goes underneath to Wood, and a jump ball call. Nice job there by the Bombers' Corpella to tie that one up with Rude. Rude, I mean, he tried pulling that one away, but Corpella had a pretty good grip on it as well. So a jump ball possession arrow favors the Bombers, and with 1:40 to go, the Tigers trail by 4. Tigers very much in this thing still and have a really good opportunity to still get a lead back before half. Carlos Beckstrand was bothered, gives it to Julian. Julian now drives inside, and they're going to get a foul here on Stepp. Head Coach Thompson not too pleased with the call, and when I looked at it, I kind of said the same thing, like, where is it? Where are we calling that? Well, either way, it is the call, and we got to stick with it. Ooh, nearly over and back there incidentally by Ferguson, but a three there is going to fall short by the Bombers, and it's picked up by Jamison Wood on the rebound. Under a minute and a half to go. Diedrich gets a pass from Wood, back to Wood now. Now over on the near side for Stepp. Stepp looking, gives it far side to Wood. Wood gives it to Diedrich. Diedrich, a long three. It's going to come up short, and a rebound there by Julian Beckstrand. But stolen right back by Stepp. No good on the shot by Stepp. Rebounded and laid in for 2 by Wood. Nolan Stepp got the steal, and then Jamison Wood got the rebound to put it back up and in for 2. Now a three the other. Oh, my goodness. That didn't even move the nylon. Julian Beckstrand with a 3. That makes it 26-21, and a steal there by Carlos Beckstrand will make it 28-21. Oh, he got a steal, and that will be the 6th turnover by Rush City. A long three there, no good. Diedrich with the rebound. He drops it in for 2. Scoring here in the last 30 seconds has just been nuts. 28-23 now. 10 seconds to go. And this ball stolen away by Nolan Stepp. He was fouled. And he'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. So Stepp got the steal, plus he was fouled. And he'll go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. That one is going to be called on Bryce Ferguson. His first and the team's 8th. So Stepp now at the line for a 1-and-1. And that's no good. And jump ball, possession arrow favors the Tigers. So they will hold on to it, and they'll get a last shot here with 3.6 seconds to go in the first half. Can they hit one of their longer range shots from 3 and cut this deficit down to 2 before the buzzer? We'll have to wait and see. Wood will look to inbound. He'll give it right away to Rude. Oh, Rude can't get it off the backboard. It's no good, and rebounded there by the Bombers' Bryce Ferguson. I wouldn't have counted even if that shot did go in. It was well after the buzzer, but a beautiful play call there by the Tigers, and unfortunately they just could not convert. Good-looking play call, but that'll do it for the first half of action here. The Tigers and Bombers in a fun one here. But we're at halftime, where the Tigers trail the Bombers, not of Bram, but instead of Barnum, 28-23. We'll take commercial break here. Word from our fine sponsors. When we come back, we'll recap that first half. You're listening to Boys Basketball on WCMP.
All right, settle down. Let's call the meeting of people that complain about everything all the time and never do anything about it to order. Any complaints?
Yeah, my heating bill's too high.
Oh, yeah? Well, Bobby just bought an outdoor furnace from Central Boiler, and he eliminated his heating bill.
What about the hot water?
He eliminated that heating bill, too.
What about his shop?
He heats that, too.
I have no more complaints.
I think Central Boiler offers a solution to our complaints.
Save money on your cooling and heating bills. Visit northlandboilersales.com, your local Central Boiler sales dealer.
A duo that is perfect together. That's Dale's Heating and Appliance and Lennox. Dale's is your local Lennox dealer that's committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. With a wide assortment of options, Dale's will ensure your home's air is top quality. Call Dale's today or visit them at dalesheatingandappliance.com and ask how you can save on your next AC unit. Lennox and Dale's, the perfect duo. Dealer number E06356.
Experience our most popular sawmill, the Big Red XP. This Canadian-built mill proudly sits on an entirely welded 24-foot jointless frame. Accepting a diameter of 32 inches, this portable sawmill can saw logs up to 21 feet long or work with two 10-foot logs at the same time. Includes an electric head position and automatic headlock. Powered by the renowned and proven Honda 20-horsepower version, the Big Red XP comes equipped with all the equipment needed. The Big Red XP is available only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Wellia Health is here to keep you feeling your best so you can enjoy all the things you love best. You can count on us for your eye exams, mental health services, rehabilitation, wellness exams, urgent care, and much more. At Wellia Health, our goal is to help you live life well. Let Wellia Health help you get back to your best. Give us a call today to set up an appointment. 320-679-1313. WelliaHealth.org.
Your journey to smile with your forever starts at Embrace Orthodontics. The team at Embrace is committed to providing world-class care and a remarkable orthodontic experience. Choose between custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners with locations in Pine City, Lindstrom, and Cambridge, and a plan to fit your budget, whether you have insurance or not. Embrace Orthodontics will make your smile journey comfortable, convenient, and customized just for you. Visit EmbraceMN.com today to find out how to set up your free exam. EmbraceMN.com. Embrace Orthodontics. A smile you will embrace forever.
Everyone knows there are great places to play in northwestern Wisconsin, but did you know there are great places to work? Burnett Dairy Cooperative is just outside of Grantsburg, Wisconsin, and offers numerous career options with a wide variety of responsibilities, schedules, and growth opportunities. Some positions may include CDL driver, cheese production, and seasonal workers. Burnett Dairy Cooperative has competitive wages, 401k, profit sharing, and many other great benefits. Be part of our herd. Visit BurnettDairy.com and click on Careers.
Embrace Orthodontics offers a unique specialized approach to orthodontic treatment with custom braces or Invisalign. The team at Embrace loves getting to know their patients personally and takes the time to make sure all your questions are answered. Their board-certified orthodontists use only the latest in modern technology to give you the best outcome possible. They work with your insurance company and offer flexible financing options to fit your budget. Call today to set up your free exam and see how Embrace Orthodontics can transform your smile. More online at EmbraceMN.com. That's EmbraceMN.com.
This can be the loneliest sound, and it's never the right time. Car in the ditch, you standing by the side of the road. Thank goodness Hinckley Towing is on the way. 24-hour service, experienced drivers, and state-of-the-art trucks. Put their number in your phone before you need it. Hinckley Towing, 320-385-4049. 320-385-4049.
Back here on WCMP 106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. We're at halftime here inside Rush City High School, where the Tigers trail the Barnum Bombers 28-23 at half. It was the last minute of play, saw about 10 points between the two squads be scored, and in the last 3 minutes, about, I don't know, it felt like 15, but it was probably more or less like 13. But in the first half, leading the way for the Barnum Bombers, it was Hayden Charbonneau with 11 points, 6 for Julian Beckstrand, and then 4 for Brock Hurst, 3 from Bryce Ferguson, 2 for Carlos Beckstrand and Pierce Corpella. Rebound-wise, 6 for Charbonneau to lead the team. They were 0 for 1 from the free throw line. They had 2 steals and 8 team fouls. They also turned the ball over 11 times. On the other side for the Rush City Tigers, leading the way for them was William Volk Jr. with 8, 5 from Lucas Diedrich, 3 from Owen Dick, 2 from Jamison Wood, Braden Rude, and Matthew Kempf, and 1 from Garland Gibbs. They were 2 of 6 from the free throw line. They had 8 steals, 2 blocks, and 6 fouls. They dispersed the rebounding pretty well. Diedrich does lead the team with 3, but they have multiple guys with at least 1. In fact, only 2 of the guys that played on the floor don't have a rebound in that first half, and I'm sure that'll change here in the second half. And Braden Root only has 2 here in the first half. I talked about it last game against Pine City. He only had 1 in the first half. He turned around and had, I think, over 10 in the second half. So he really turned things around and was their leading rebounder there in the second half and made a difference. He really did. Even though, despite the loss, he really did make a difference rebounding the ball, and I think that's what they're going to have to see from him here in this second half. But they only had 6 turnovers there in that first half, and I think that is huge for this Rush City squad because of the fact that, you know, you took the ball away from Barnum 11 times. You turned them over 11 times, and you only turned it over yourselves 6 times. So I think if I'm Rush City, I'm looking at that and going, hey, you know what? We did a pretty darn good job holding on to the ball. Obviously, they would like to see their free throws be a bit better. You know, you like to see around that 70% mark, so at least 4 of 6 you'd like to see. So they'll look to improve that here in the second half. And the offense there in that first half, just it seemed like there were a few times where they rushed things. They seemed to force things a little bit. They got out of their element a little bit, and I think they need to get back to Tiger basketball, just continue to run their offense. We've seen what they were able to do. They were down 23-17. They were able to score 6 to the Bombers 5 at the end of the half, but again, those 6 points were very good points, and they took the ball away. Those last few drives, they took the ball away, and I think that's what was so big for Rush City at the end of the first half. Now, Barnum did turn up the heat once they got a 3 themselves. They were able to take the ball away. I think they got about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 of the 6 turnovers in the last minute and a half. So for Rush City, I'm looking and I'm saying, hey, watch out for Barnum. If they hit a 3 or 2, they're going to come back and turn up the heat on defense. But you're going to have to play offense. They just got to continue to play that patient offense that we're used to seeing from this Rush City squad, and just continue to play that patient offense because they got away from it there a little bit at the end of the first half, and that's how Barnum was able to turn them over and start to push things their way. But if the Tigers stay patient, run their offense like they know we can, I think they'll be just fine. They'll get back into this game, they'll retake the lead, and they'll come out of here with a win. We're going to take one more commercial break, then we'll be ready for the second half of action between the Tigers and the Bombers here on WCMP.
Introducing the Red Runner 2017 Deluxe Firewood Processor. This Canadian-assembled, all-in-one towable firewood solutions capable of producing 3 face cords per hour. The Red Runner comes equipped with a powerful 18-inch Oregon chainsaw bar, 10-foot-long adjustable conveyor, 2, 4, or even 6-way adjustable splitter head. Fits logs up to 12 feet long and 16 inches in diameter. This high-performance personal firewood processor is powered by a Honda GX390 industrial engine, found only at Stan's Equipment Center in Pine City.
Dale's Heating and Appliance, your local heating and appliance expert, is committed to making your family's comfort their top priority. And now you can add water softeners to their list of expertise. Dale's now offers water softener sales or rentals along with installation, service, and salt delivery. So if your home needs quality water, make the call to your already trusted experts at Dale's, or just visit dalesheatingandappliance.com. dalesheatingandappliance.com.
Back here on 106.5 FM, AM 1350, getting ready for the second half of action between your Rush City Tigers and the Barnum Bombers. Here at Rush City High School, the Bombers have the lead at half, 28-23. And they will also start with the ball to begin half number 2. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, 18 minutes back up there. They'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you, and if you don't have insurance, they'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. The team over there believes the results of a remarkable orthodontic experience should last a lifetime. They'll keep your smile transformation where it needs to be with a lifelong retention program at EmbraceMN.com. That's EmbraceMN.com. There we go. Music's off. We're back to action. Barnum starts with it. It's back. Now Julian Beckstrand gives it over to Carlos on the far side. Now back to Julian, now back to Carlos. Inside, trying to go to Corpella, nearly stolen away, and give it off to Charbonneau for 3 from the top of the key, and Charbonneau hits another 3. He had 3 of them in the first half. That is his 4th here in the game to make it 31-23, and Barnum trying to put a statement out early in the second half, but Rush City is still, I mean, they are right there. They are not going to back down easily. Volk, tried to give it inside to Braden Rude. That was good passing. Step with the pass to Volk. Volk tried to give it inside underneath the basket to Rude, and Rude just could not reel it in, and as soon as it went out of bounds off him, he tapped his chest, looked at Volk directly, and said, hey, that's my bad. So that will be a turnover, their first of the half, and we'll give it back to the Bombers. On the far side with it is Ferguson. Ferguson over to Carlos. Inside to Corpella. He'll turn around and put up a shot. That's no good. A little too much juice on that one. And Volk grabs the rebound for the Tigers. Diedrich has it. He looks. He stops. He gives it off to Wood on the far side. Back to Diedrich. Diedrich now on the near side to step. Back on the far side for Wood. Wood dribbles. Drives baseline. Gives it top of the key to Diedrich. Diedrich pulls it in. Gives it back to Wood. Wood for 3. That's no good off the mark. And rebound still up for grabs, but somehow it winds up in the hands of Carlos Beckstrand. He takes it to the basket. That's no good, and Lucas Diedrich will come up with the rebound for the Tigers. That's good transition defense there by the Tigers. Carlos Beckstrand got the rebound somehow, and then the Tigers went back the other way, quickly got down there and got their defense set up, and Diedrich pulls in an important rebound. Keep them from going down by 10. Diedrich back to step, now on the near side for Wood, going inside to Rude. Now on the near side for Step, that's just off the mark, and it's going to roll its way out to Diedrich for the rebound at the top of the key. Now over to Wood. Wood back to Diedrich. Diedrich drives on the far side, trying to find his way inside. It's no good on the shot. Somehow William Volk comes up with the rebound, misses his shot, gets his own rebound again, and drops it in for 2. Plus the and 1. First team foul of the half, and the first there on Julian Beckstrand. Make it 31-25. And Volk, good. Converts the three-point play there. So a nice three-point play for the Tigers to make it 31-26. Hey, any way you can get a three-point play, he'll take it. Ferguson has it, gives it off, top of the key to Carlos Beckstrand, and he traveled with it, and that will give the ball back to the Tigers. So the Bombers' first turnover of the half will give it back to the Tigers, and Rush City getting it back. I told you, they weren't going to go away quietly. Even though Bombers came out with a nice 3, Rush City's right there. They are not out of this. They have shown that they can be much better than Barnum at this point, and if they can, again, put it together consistently here in this one, they are going to come away with the win. Shot is up, no good by Diedrich. Missed by Nolan. Step off the rebound, and then getting the rebound is Volk to put it back up and in for 2. Volk has been just phenomenal on the rebounds here tonight. It's been in great positions all evening. Charbonneau gets the pass on the far side, now gives it to Julian Beckstrand. Oh my goodness. I don't know how, because that one had no business going in, but somehow Julian Beckstrand got that one to fall for 3. I mean, it in every other game, in 99 out of 100 games, that's no good. But somehow he got the roll and drops it in for 3. There should have been maybe a couple fouls there. They didn't get called. Rude was in, I mean, he had defenders all over him, but no calls there. Eventually was knocked out of his hand by a member of the Bombers. That inbound to Volk. Volk inside, shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Wood, and he puts it back in for 2. Plus another and 1. Foul there by Bryce Ferguson. And man, this Rush City team, they are rebounding at not just at a good rate. They are rebounding like a team that has something to prove. No good on the free throw is Jamison Wood, as it was rebounded there by Ferguson. So no good on that one, but it's 34-30, and now we're going to get a travel again by the Bombers. Carlos Beckstrand, and that will give it back to the Tigers on another turnover. Tigers are getting the Bombers to get a little bit of happy feet here on offense. Their defense being set up in good spots, just enough for this Bomber team to kind of second guess that dribble drive and forcing them some turnovers, and they're within 4. Stepp has it, he gives it back to Wood. Wood now over to Diedrich. Diedrich, a 3. It's good! And that is a clutch 3 there by Lucas Diedrich. That pulls the Tigers back within 1, 34-33. Bombers quickly up the court, though. Ferguson has it to Carlos Beckstrand. Carlos, he gets a fine little drive. He gives it off to Julian underneath the basket. Now out to Ferguson. Ferguson over to Carlos. Carlos, a long 3 is just a little bit long, and Diedrich is going to pull in the rebound. A tough rebound, but he pulls it in nonetheless. And the Tigers take it back the other way. Wood gives it back to Diedrich. Now on the near side to Stepp, back to Diedrich. Wanted to go on the far side to Wood. Instead goes back to Stepp. Stepp calling out a play. Looks, gives it to Volk. Volk wants to go inside to Rue, but instead goes back to Wood, and Wood going to get called for the travel. That'll be their second turnover, and get a substitution here. And coming back into the game is Brock Hurst for the Bombers. He only played for about 3-4 minutes in that first half, and he accumulated 3 fouls in that time that he was in the game, so he had to sit for a while. A good chunk, pretty much all the first half. But again, he was in for probably close to 4 or 5 minutes, but he sat the rest of the time. Julian Beckstrand gives it into Brock Hurst. Shot is up and good. And he's a big presence inside, so 36-33. Tigers quickly up the court. Wood has it. Back to Stepp on the far side. Stepp now over to Wood. Wood to Diedrich, and Wood had his finger bandage knocked off, and that ball that's gonna hit a leg of a defender, and Carlos Beckstrand will get the steal. And up the other way, Julian Beckstrand. Shot is up, no good for 2, but he was fouled. He'll go to the line now and shoot 2. That'll be the first team foul for the Tigers in this half, and the second there on Lucas Diedrich. And again, Julian Beckstrand at the line for 2. First one, he's just been getting friendly rolls tonight. Tigers are going to have to have a word with the rims, because they got to let them know, hey, this is a home court. You gotta be in favor of us here. Come on. Going to get a timeout here called. Looks like by the Tigers. It'll be the 30-second variety, and they'll be left with 3, as that is their second called timeout. So 37-33 is the score, with the Tigers trailing the Barnum Bombers. It's been a fun go of things here in this one. Tigers had a lead for a good chunk of that first half. Bombers took it over and have been leading since. But, man, Tigers were in danger of going down by double digits. They quickly came back. Now only trail by 4. And if you're looking at this, you're going, hey, Barnum's 17-7 on paper and record-wise and points-wise defensively. Barnum should be winning this game by a good chunk. That's just not that. This Rush City team is just so much better than what their record shows. I can't emphasize that enough. They are so much better than what it shows. They're a dangerous team. They are a dangerous team. Any team that gets them in the playoffs is going to have their hands full. Julian Beckstrand is going to hit both of his free throws, and that'll make it 38-33. A 2 there from Rude is just off the mark. Brock Hurst going to grab the rebound for the Bombers. Rude, that was a good look for 2, but just could not get that one to fall in. And now with it is Owen Peterson. Gives it off far side to Carlos Beckstrand. Now inside to Corpella. Corpella shot up over the defender, Rude. And Corpella manages to get his own rebound, and then it's knocked away and taken by Owen Dick. He gives it off to Diedrich, and Trudeau has that one stolen from him by Carlos Beckstrand. And we're going to foul here. That one's going to go against Diedrich for his 3rd. And now at the line, Owen Pearson to shoot 2. Yeah, Diedrich really had no no option there, but it was a good-looking block nonetheless, but unfortunately, yeah, it was a foul. And Owen Peterson no good on his first, so that will certainly help the Tigers. This one no good as well by Peterson and rebounded by Owen Dick. So Tigers, that's going to be no harm, no foul there on that steal. Trudeau gives it to Owen Dick on the far side now to Kempf. Kempf looking to go all the way across the court to Owen Dick. He gives it over to Trudeau. Trudeau. Bounce pass over to Kempf. Fake the three, then goes inside to Diedrich. Underhand pass outside to Kempf. And that ball is nearly taken away by the Bombers, but it went off of one of the Bombers. Owen Dick threw it off of the Bomber defender and keeps it with the Tigers. That's a very heads-up play there by Owen Dick. Checking in for the Tigers for the first time is number 30, Braden Ertz. That shot no good, rebounded by Corpella of the Bombers. This one's going to be stolen away. Owen Dick gets the steal to the basket, drops it in for two, plus the and one. Owen Dick with the steal, plus he draws the foul, and he also got the shot to fall. So he looks for another three-point play. Just when it looked like Barnum was taking momentum, this Tigers team says, no way, not here, not tonight. Owen Dick looking for the three-point play. And can't get that one that time, as that one was rebounded by Bryce Ferguson. But they still have it within three. Bryce Ferguson, guarded well by Kempf, gives off far side to Carlos. Carlos drives inside, gives it off, top of the key to Charbonneau. Now on the near side for Ferguson. Ferguson back to Charbonneau on the near side to Carlos. Carlos, on the far side. He drives inside, found a little bit of a lane to jump through, and he will get that jumper to fall for two. Makes it 40-35. Tigers have it. Trudeau gives it to Kempf. Kempf on the far side to Owen Dick, and just out of his reach. That pass just off the mark, and that'll be their fifth turnover here of the half, and that's a tough one there. (40-35), Tigers trail the Barnum Bombers. This pass trying to go inside, and Rude tipped it away. He's going to get credit for the steal. Up the court come the Tigers. Dick gives it off to Kempf, now to Trudeau. Trudeau back to the far side to Owen Dick. Now going inside to Rude. Rude, turnaround jumper is up and in for two. Right in, Rude. Good looking shot there. 40-37 now. Tigers still trail. Ferguson to Julian Beckstrand. That's going to be an over and back. Trudeau says, no way. I'm going to make it a turnover instead. Gives it off to Matthew Kemp for two. Dimitri Trudeau, he says, hey, instead of a over and back, why don't I just make it a turnover instead? Plus, I'll give it off to Matthew Kemp, and I'll allow him to drop it in for two. Good looking steal there. And now the Tigers within one of the Barnum lead as we get a timeout called there by the Bombers. And another half that is just moving along. 9:45 to go. It seems like every time I get just a slight chance to look up at the scoreboard, the time is just flown by on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. Tigers trail by one, 40-39. Embrace Orthodontics, 3 locations, Pine City, Lynchburg, and Cambridge. Their doctors are committed to providing world-class orthodontic care in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Plus, they're going to leave you with a smile you will embrace forever. Find out more at embracemn.com. 40-39. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this Rush City team, when they get on a roll, they get on a roll, and they are hard to stop. And hopefully they can continue that roll here throughout the rest of the second half and come away with a victory here tonight over Barnum, who, again, on paper, their record, their defense, you would say, well, Barnum is going to win. But the Tigers say, no way. This is our final regular season home game. It's their final game of the season, actually. Final game of the season for the Tigers They're trying to make a statement before playoffs to say, hey, you got to watch out for us. Barnum trying to dish this ball around, give inside to Brock Hurst, who drops it in for 2 again. Just a big presence inside. He's tough to stop to make it 42-39. Owen Dick gives it off far side, and it's going to be stolen away by Charbonneau. And that they just kind of telegraphed that one. A 3 there, blocked by Owen Dick. Trying to go inside Brock Hurst, and Braden Ertz trying to make a play. He falls on top of Hurst. Of course, not on purpose, but that is going to draw a foul. It'll be his first, team's third. Not a shooting foul, so Bombers will just inbound. 42-39. Inbound to Charbonneau. Now to Ferguson. Ferguson unguarded for 3, and that comes up well off the mark, and that will be the easiest rebound of Owen Dick's career. 42-39. Pass over to Kempf. Now inside to Ertz. Ertz going to dribble, drive. Tries to put up a shot. It was blocked, and it gets right to Rude. And Rude, you could hear the Bomber fans celebrate only for a millisecond because Rude says, hey, I still have a chance to get this one. He does and drops it in for 2. Julian Beckstrand for 3. That's going to be off the mark, and it's tipped out to Charbonneau for the rebound, his first of the half. Carlos drives inside. He'll pick up his dribble, take a shot. It's no good, and it gets to Trudeau for the rebound. 42-41. Ertz on the other way gives it to Kempf. Now on the far side to Dick. Owen Dick all the way back across the court to Kempf. Now to Trudeau. Trudeau, that one took him off the mark a little bit. Trudeau gives it to Rude. Rude nearly lost it. He does manage to pick it back up. Now to Kempf. Kempf goes inside. They're trying to get Rude open on a shot. And oh my goodness, you talk about the rim just being unkind. That one should have went through. And again, 99 out of 100 times that one falls. But tonight, just an odd night for that ball. Blocked there by Rude and going to be taken by Braden Ertz. Good block there by Braden Rude to keep them, the Bombers that is, from scoring. Trudeau fakes the 3, gives it off on the far side to Kempf. Kempf trying to go back door to Ertz, and it's stolen away by Julian Beckstrand. Gives off to Carlos, and he drops it in for 2. Turnover there by the Tigers. It's their 7th of the half. They're trying to get Rude open. Trying. 44-41. Trudeau from 3. That's good! And we're tied at 44. Dimitri Trudeau from 3 to tie us at 44. A little bit of full court pressure there. 3/4 pressure from the Tigers. All of a sudden, the Tigers got a little bit of something going their way. A long 3 from Charbonneau is no good, and Ertz with the rebound. That was close to NBA range. Well outside of college range. Trudeau thought about 3 again. Instead, he'll give it to Owen Dick, who's open from 3, and that's going to fall short. Brock Hurst will get the rebound. Looked good, but it came up short. It was a beautiful-looking shot, but it came up short. That ball tipped away by Owen Dick and nearly stolen. And then Owen Dick is going to get called for the foul, and now they're going to get him for a tech. Well, that's not good. It'll be his 3rd and the team's 4th. And I don't know, because of the tech, I don't know if that adds another one or... So sadly, it's going to be 2 shots for Carlos Beckstrand, and they all will also get the ball back. And of course, he's going to make the first one. Yeah, Owen Dick was a little bit frustrated there, and of course, Carlos Beckstrand drops them both in. So 46-44, and so no extra foul added. Again, I wasn't sure with the tech what happens, but so unfortunately there for the Tigers, a foul that was kind of compounded, and all of a sudden 2 free throws, and when Dick gets called for the tech. So looking at the scoreboard here, the referees are. I think they might be adding a 5th foul to the Tigers team because of the tech. Not sure. We'll wait and see. Doesn't look like anything's been added. Well, back to action. 46-44. 6.5 minutes to go here in the game. Julian Beckstrand nearly had it stolen away. He'll give it inside to Charbonneau. That ball is up for grabs. It's taken. Oh, nearly taken by Kemp. Jump ball is called, and the possession arrow favors the Tigers. So out of the tech, they do get it back. 5 turnovers by the Bombers, 7 for the Tigers. And Trudeau brings it up the court. He gives it off. Far side to Gullerud. Gullerud to Trudeau. Inside to Ertz. Ertz underneath to Rude. Rude off the backboard and in for 2. We're tied at 46. A little bit of full court pressure being shown here by the Tigers. Trudeau, good defense there on Carlos Beckstrand. Carlos giving a little hand and gives off to Charbonneau. Now to Corpella. Now back to Charbonneau. Now to Carlos Beckstrand. Going inside. That ball is taken away by Gullerud on the steal. Lincoln Gullerud with the steal will give the Bombers their 6th turnover. And oh, it's stolen right back by Carlos Beckstrand. And he gives it off to Julian, who drops it in for 2. So 48-46 now. Barnum with the lead. By 2. Inside, Braden Rude left alone in the slam! Braden Rude with the dunk to tie us back at 48 apiece. Carlos Beckstrand, nice drive inside, gives it out far side to Bryce Ferguson for 3. That's off the mark. And Braden Ertz with the rebound. That's an important rebound there for the Tigers. 48 all with 5 minutes to go. Pass on the far side, Lincoln Gullerud for 3. Oh, it's in and out. Rude tried to get it, but it falls in the hands of Carlos Beckstrand on the rebound. He brings it up the court. He stops and drives again. Inside, gives out on the near side, Julian Beckstrand, and he's going to take that 3. And no, he's no good. And Braden Ertz gets the rebound again. Timeout called here by Rush City. And it's going to be the full variety, the 60 seconds. So while they take a timeout, we'll take one as well. You're listening to boys basketball here on WCMP.
Hey, you looking for a reliable propane supplier? Look no further than Burnett Dairy Propane. Proud to serve you, providing top-notch propane services all year round, offering convenient delivery options and flexible payment plans that suit your schedule and budget. Trust the experts in the field, Burnett Dairy Propane. Call them today at 715-689-1032 or visit them online at burnettdairy.com. Burnett Dairy Propane, your dependable propane partner.
We are in for a fun finish here in this one. 4:39 to go on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. We're tied at 48. Embrace Orthodontics, your customized smile journey starts with a free consultation. The team at Embrace wants to make your journey as seamless and convenient as possible with custom Light Force braces or Invisalign clear aligners. They're playing the YMCA here in the gym. And we've got the students, part of the student section anyways, getting in on the action. We've got Barnum student section getting in on it too. Both sides getting in on it. A little Monday night fun. Of course, it's going to be a weird week. We've got Monday night basketball. We don't have basketball tomorrow night. We got Wednesday night basketball, Thursday night basketball. Then we won't have basketball Friday. Well, that we'll be calling, but we will have basketball Saturday. Hopefully. We're hoping all of our local teams are able to win Wednesday and Thursday so we can have basketball Saturday. Meanwhile, out of the timeout, the Tigers have the ball. Passing it around, Kempf gives it off far side to Gullerud. Now back to the top of the key to Trudeau. Trudeau hit a 3 from the top of the key earlier. Oh, and he wanted to go to Ertz, and Ertz stayed, and Trudeau was thinking he was going to drift to that far side, and unfortunately that'll be a turnover, and they're 9th of this half, and we talked about them only having 6 in the first half, now 9 here in the second half, which 3 may not seem like a lot, but that can certainly be the difference, as you know the Bombers only have 5 here. They had 11 in that first half, so certainly that mark plays in favor of the Bombers. A 3 here from Charbonneau. That's off the mark. One good news for the Tigers is the Bombers, as of late, have not been able to hit it from long range, so Tigers got that going for them. And Tigers have it back the other way. on the rebound by Matthew Kempf. Inside to Ertz, back out. Oh, tried to go to Kempf, and it's a little too soft on the pass. It's going to be stolen away by Charbonneau. It'll be the 10th turnover now this half by the Tigers. Carlos Beckstrand with it, trying to drive. That ball rolls. Oh, somehow Carlos got it back. Should have been a steal, and this time it will be. Matthew Kempf with the steal. Back the other way for Ertz. Ertz going to drive inside, put up a shot, lay it in for 2. Braden Ertz. It looked a little funky, but he got it to fall to make it 50-48. Charbonneau with it. Gives it off to Carlos now on the far side for Julian Beckstrand. Shot from 3. No good. Matthew Kempf, another important rebound. 3:05 to go. Trudeau going inside to Rude. Back outside. Gullerud to Trudeau. Trudeau wanted that 3. I mean, he wanted it. Said steps inside. Takes a shot from 2. It's no good. It's a rebound for Rude and a 3 from Gullerud. Talk about a great time to get your first points of the night. Lincoln Gullerud from 3. 53-48. Charbonneau drives inside, gives off far side. Julian Beckstrand for 3. That's no good. Braden, oh my goodness. Braden Ertz couldn't get the rebound. It falls through, and Brock Hurst going to get 2 of his own rebounds. Oh my goodness. Braden Hurst had the rebound, but it went through his legs as he bounced it. Got a foul here on Braden Rude. His second, and the team's 5th. 53-48. Volk, Stepp, and Wood check in for the Tigers. 2:32 to go. Bombers will inbound. William Beckstrand will look. He'll lob it in to Charbonneau. Gives it off far side Carlos. Now inside. Shot is up and good by Corpella. Makes it 53-50. And then a timeout called here, I believe, by Barnum. No, maybe not. It is by Barnum. Okay, we were a little confused. It's going to be a 30-second variety. They'll be left with 2. Each team left with 2. With 2:24 left on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, the Tigers lead 53-50. On that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard, they'll do all the insurance heavy lifting for you. If you don't have insurance, ask about financing options because they'll find a plan to fit your budget at EmbraceMN.com. 2:24 to go. Tigers lead by 3. Tigers will get set to inbound. I would assume to see a little pressure from the Bombers. As of right now, yeah, there we go. There it is. If you're watching this on our YouTube, you can see the pressure now that Barnum looks to put on. If you're also watching on our YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube. That way, anytime we go live with a local sporting event, you will be notified, and all you have to do is click that notification, and it'll take you right to the live video. Then as they get it up the court, the Tigers get fouled. That'll be the 4th foul there on Barnum, and the 2nd on Pierce Corpella. So they get it into the front court nonetheless, though. Wood looking to inbound. He's got only the 5 seconds, but he does get it in time to William Volk. Volk to Gullerud. Gullerud fakes the pass over to Wood. Now to Stepp. On the far side for Wood. Wood thought about 3. Pulls his dribble down. Goes over to Stepp. Stepp pulls that down. Now in some trouble. Goes inside to Volk. Left alone, Wood from 3. Good! Jamison Wood from 3. He drops it home. Leave him alone, and he's going to make you pay, as he did there. Far side, Julian Beckstrand, gives it inside to Brock Hurst. Shot is, oh my goodness. Oh, a really late whistle on that foul. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's a really late whistle there, and Gullerud going to be the guilty Tiger, which is going to send Brock Hurst to the line for 2. Whew. Late whistle there. But nonetheless, Hurst is at the line for 2 with 1:35 to go. That one's good from Hurst. 56-51. Hurst lining up for his second. This one's up and good as well. So Hurst drops them both in, 56-52, or 50-2, according to my scoreboard. Volk going inside, backs it out to Stepp. Now if you're the Tigers, you're willing to take a ton of time off the clock because you can take it close to under a minute with this drive here. Gullerud nearly fouled. Gives it off to Stepp. Now to Volk. Volk going inside to Rude. Rude has it stolen away by Corpella. Not ideal. That is a bad time for a turnover. But it's stolen right back by Jamison Wood. And the and one! Jamison Wood got it to fall, plus the and one. And the Tigers lead 58-52. And Wood draws the foul there. Carlos Beckstrand with his third. And now Jamison Wood looks for the three-point play. My goodness, what a play there by Jamison Wood. He got the steal, got it to drop in for two, plus the and one. And he gets the friendly roll. Woo, that one bounced around for a while. But it's 59-52. Charbonneau with it, under a minute to go. Carlos Beckstrand driving inside, gives it off far side to Julian. Julian for three. No good. Oh, it falls in the hands of Corpella. Corpella looks for a shot. That's no good. And William Volk with the rebound. And now Bombers probably going to try and foul, but they can't get him there. Now Rude drops it in for two on the dunk. Beautiful passing. I'm trying to keep up here, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. And that ball going to go out of bounds, intended for Julian Beckstrand on the far side. And the Tigers get it back. 23 seconds left, and they lead 61-52. Dietrich going to have to inbound. He does to Wood. Wood trying to escape. He picks it up, gives it to Volk. And a late whistle there on that foul. And it's not quite going to send the Tigers to the line for a 1-and-1, as that is the Barnum's sixth team foul. The second there on Julian Beckstrand. So one more will send him to the line. 18 seconds left, and the Tigers on their way. Dietrich looking. He'll give it into Wood. Nearly, it was stolen away for a moment by Carlos Beckstrand. Brayden Rude, a slam dunk! Woo-hoo-hoo! Carlos Beckstrand for three, no good. Brock Hurst, no good. Rebounded by Brayden Rude, and that's going to do it. What a night here for the Tigers. They win on their final regular season game of the season, 63-52 on that Embrace Orthodontics scoreboard. My goodness, what a finish by the Tigers. We're going to take a commercial break to catch our collective breaths. And when we come back, we'll recap this game. What a game. The Tigers win their regular season finale over the Barnum Bombers, 63-52. Back after a word from our fine sponsors here on WCMP.
The saga continues. We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pull shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
this week, get a $25 gift card to Doc Sports Bar and Grill in Sturgeon Lake. Almost half off. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take them to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it. Now it's kind of lost its momentum.
A&W Restaurant Pine City is still making fresh root beer, that signature item since 1919. It's still made fresh and on-site with real cane sugar and a blend of secret ingredients. It doesn't get any better than this. Their world-renowned A&W root beer is a classic treat, and they can top it off with creamy vanilla soft serve to be known as the famous A&W root beer float. Now that's smooth, tasty, and refreshing. An American iconic A&W root beer float. It never tasted so good. A&W Restaurant Pine City. Come grab your root beer float today.
Aw, man.
Hinckley Collision.
Hell no. My new car?
Hinckley Collision is the right decision. Fender benders, major accident damage, or hail damage. Hinckley Collision is the right decision. With 24/7 towing and fast, friendly, professional service, their collision department will get you back on the road in no time. With decades of experience dealing with insurance carriers, make the call today. 320-384-7002. 320-384-7002.
Resetting your password, unsubscribing from emails, printing anything. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your business doesn't have to be one of them, so you can get back to more important things, like learning how that printer works. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Hockey practice, running a business, heck, just enjoying your life. You've got better things to do. Let Jeff's Outdoor Services handle your lawn care and landscaping. Your home, your cabin, your business, they got you covered. They've been doing it since 1995, and they're good at it. Call today. Jeff's Outdoor Services. You do your thing, and they'll do theirs.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, why have you been so happy lately?
It's because I no longer pay for hot water.
What? You have 4 teenagers that take all-day showers. How do you not pay for hot water?
Well, I put in a central boiler outdoor furnace that heats my house, my garage, and now I have virtually endless free hot water.
Wow, that's great. With my 10 kids, I'll really save some money. Where do I get a furnace?
Check with your local central boiler dealer, of course.
Northland Boiler Sales, your local central boiler sales dealer. Visit northlandboilersales.com.
Arrowhead Transit plays a pivotal role in bolstering the communities it serves. By providing accessible and reliable transportation, they ensure essential travel for work, education, and healthcare. Arrowhead Transit is customer-centric, continuously evolving to meet the needs of the community with initiatives like community outreach programs, job fairs, and educational workshops and more. Arrowhead Transit is more than just a transportation service. It is a vital part of the communities it supports. Your connection, your community. Arrowhead Transit. Your ride.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Contact your local auto owner's agency, Pine Insurance Agency at pineagency.us today.
Free college is possible at Pine Technical and Community College. Students of all ages may be eligible for a tuition and fee-free pathway to education thanks to the new North Star Promise Scholarship. If you're a resident of Minnesota and have a family-adjusted gross income of $80,000 or less, apply online today for free and join us in high-demand programs such as nursing, gunsmithing, machining, automated systems, cybersecurity, early childhood education, liberal arts, and more. Whether you're starting out or starting over, learn more at pine.edu.
The saga continues. We now know with certainty that Kidney Stone will return for Season 5, Part 2, its final episodes, in November 2024. The same love story.
No one messes with my girl.
Oh, Bip, I love you.
Trying to save the ranch.
It's got the best pull shed in Kanabec County.
And of course,
This week, grab your tickets to the new Ringler Stampede Rodeo. 3 options to choose from. Or you're going to the train station.
Let's take him to the train station.
WCMPradio.com/deals. WCMPradio.com/deals. Save now, but wait to watch what used to be your favorite show and everybody was talking about it, and now it's kind of lost its momentum.
106.5 FM, AM 1350, WCMPradio.com. The Tigers get the win on their regular season finale over the Barnum Bombers, 63-52. What a game this was. Taking a look quickly at our stats here in this one, leading the way for the Barnum Bombers with 14 points was Hayden Charbonneau, 13 from Julian Beckstrand, 10 from Brock Hurst. And then, 8 from Carlos Beckstrand, 4 for Pierce Corpella, and 3 from Bryce Ferguson. Rebound-wise, leading the way for them with 7 was Charbonneau, 6 for both Hurst and Corpella, and then 4 for Ferguson. They were 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 6 of 8 in the second half. They had 10 steals total, 2 in the first, 8 in the second, leading the way with 5 of those was Carlos Beckstrand. They had 14 total team fouls, 8 in the first half, 6 in the second, and 19 total turnovers, 11 in the first half and 8 here in the second. The Tigers really turned up the heat with about 2 minutes left and really started to grab a bunch of turnovers. I'd say, I have 19. It probably might be in the 20s, though, because the Tigers, again, really turned up the heat. Leading the way for the Rush City Tigers was Braden Rude with 14. He had about 3 dunks here in this game, and even one of them was through traffic. But he leads the team with 14 points, 13 from William Volk, 10 from Jamison Wood, then 8 for Lucas Diedrich, 5 from Owen Dick, 4 for Matthew Kempf, and then we had 3 for both Lincoln Gullerud and Dimitri Trudeau, 2 from Braden Ertz, and 1 from Garland Gibbs. Rebound-wise, leading the team was William Volk with 8, 6 for Diedrich, 5 for Dick, and 4 for Braden Rude. They were only 4 of 10 from the free throw line, 2 of 6 in the first half, 2 of 4 in the second half, so just under that 50% mark. They would like to see that improve as they go into playoffs, but hey, when your team plays this well out of a half, you got to be pretty darn pleased with it. They had 14 total steals, 8 in the first half, 6 in the second. They had 4 blocks, 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the game from Braden Rude, and then 1 from Owen Dick and 1 from Lucas Diedrich. They had 12 total team fouls, 6 in each half. No one went above 3. They only had 2 of 3, actually, Lucas Diedrich and Owen Dick. He did sadly get a technical here in the game, but they still come away with the victory, as they had 18 total turnovers. They only had 6 there in the first half. It was a pretty darn good first half turnover-wise, but second half saw a little bit more with 12. But they did not allow those turnovers. As we look at this one, they did not allow those turnovers to hurt them. That could have easily, been, the nail in the coffin, so to speak, because they were down 28-23 at half. Barnum came out and hit a 3 to begin the second half. Rush City came back and stormed back to bring it back within 4, and it kind of sat at down by 4 for Rush City for a little bit. They were stuck there at down by 4. They just couldn't seem to overcome that. Well, then sooner than later, they tied the game at 44, and from there on out, it was pretty much all Rush City in this one. But it wasn't all Rush City, because Barnum still had a little bit to say. They took a lead once again. It looked like things might start to go their way, but then all of a sudden the Tigers got some key turnovers, started to take the ball away, started to get their shots to fall, and of course you had a couple big threes here in this half. One from Wood, another one from Diedrich, and 2 more, one from Trudeau and one from Gullerud. And those 2 from, one each from Trudeau and Gullerud were huge, and I mean huge. Trudeau from the top of the key, Gullerud from the far side. Those were big threes, and Diedrich, his 3 was also big. Those 3 3-point shots are really what kind of felt like it pushed the Tigers over the top. It kind of what tore the Bombers down, kind of what ripped any and all momentum that they had away from them. It took everything that the Bombers once had and tore it down and pushed all and every ounce of momentum in the Tigers' favor, and they completely ran away with it from there, and they get the victory here tonight, 63-52, scoring 40 points in this second half, while only allowing 34 from the Bombers. A pretty darn good half from the Tigers. It was really fun to watch this Tigers team as they scored 40 points here in the second half of play, and only allowing 24. I said 34. It's 24. I promise. I'm just bad at math. But they did a really good job here in this half. Really turned things around. And I love the fact that they stayed in it. This team could have easily hung their head, kind of just laid down and gave up. They didn't. They fought back. They fought hard. Even when it seemed like they couldn't get that shot that would push them over the edge to get back the lead or tie it up. Even when that shot seemed far, far away, they continued to push, they continued to grind, and eventually they got that shot to fall, and it came in by way of threes. Diedrich, Trudeau, and Gullerud each hit a 3-point shot, and they got the lead back and did not look the other way. They held on for the victory. So that'll be it for Rush City on the regular season. They will get their 6th win of the regular season, as they move to 6-19, as that will be it, and they will await the playoffs. Now, with that being it for their regular season, who will they play in the first round? Will it be Annandale? Will it be Albany? Could it be someone else? We don't know, and we won't know probably until next week. So Rush City has got about a week to wait to find out who they play. Again, they could be anywhere from the final seed at number 16 to, I would say, 14 at a rate above Malacca. Could they replace Malacca as the 14th seed? There is that possibility as well. So they could play anyone from Albany, Annandale, and Sauk Center. I would even say Spectrum and Legacy Christian. That those 5 teams right there are any of the 5 that Rush City could wind up playing. So we'll keep you up to date with that, of course. I want to thank all of you for tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in. Of course, thanks to all the fine sponsors who sponsor this and every other broadcast. If it weren't for them, we wouldn't be able to come out here. And again, once again, I appreciate all you who tuned in. It means a lot to me. I know it's not for me. I know it's for the players and hearing your grandchild, your cousins, your brothers, your sons, daughters' names. But I do appreciate you tuning in. It gives me a job to do, so I am so thankful for all y'all who tune in. Of course, don't forget to stay tuned to our morning shows on Nice 95.5 FM KBEK with Rockin' Robin Riley at 7:30 and 8:30. Then over 100.9 FM with Josh Miron at 7:45 and 8:45. That's where you can catch your local sports. We'll talk this game and all the other local games going on in our listening area, plus some regional and national sports as well. If you're watching this game on our YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Just hit that red subscribe button. That way you'll be notified anytime that we go live with a local sporting event. All you'll have to do, again, is click that subscribe button. Then you'll be notified. And then once you get the notification, just click it, and it will take you right to the live local video. Of course, don't forget to stay tuned to our websites, WCMPradio.com and KBEK.com, for the list of games that we'll be covering this week and other weeks. Of course, that is subject to change, so stay tuned to it, as we like to say, because that is subject to change, just with guys getting sick, that could be, or cancellation of games, injuries, just anything that could really happen in the world. But so stay tuned to our websites for game recaps as well. Of course, stay tuned to our social medias at WCMP Radio Twitter, and then on our Facebooks at WCMP Radio and KBEK Facebooks for all things local sports. We'll give you LOI signings, record breakings, coaches leaving, coaches being hired, player records being broken, schedule changes, schedule updates, all things local sports. We'll keep you up to date on our social medias as well as our websites too. So I, again, appreciate you all tuning in. Thanks so much for tuning in to a great one here tonight as the Rush City Tigers finish off the regular season with a win over Barnum. Again, you look at paper, Barnum comes away with the win in this one, but it's not about what's on paper. It's about what's been put on the court, and Rush City put on a show as they come a win with the victory here this evening to beat the Barnum Bombers 63-52. Once again, thanks so much for tuning in. Thanks to all the fine sponsors. And again, remember to be kind to everyone. You never know what someone is going through, and your kindness could truly make their day, could change their week. You don't really know how much of an impact that your kindness could truly have on someone. Just holding a door for someone. I mean, that's how simple it is. So just remember, your kindness can truly change someone's perspective on the day and maybe even on their life. You would be surprised. Once again, though, the final here, the Tigers beat the Bombers in their regular season finale 63-52. For WCMP, I'm Ethan Game Day Gilman. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the warm weather. Enjoy the warm weather.
Here's your